If you're an old school gamer, then you probably remember the Atari 2600. Well, this is the Atari 2600 Plus from Atari. It even shows you right there. Anyway, this will play most of your old games. So if you wanted to play some games or you wanted to go back and revisit some games, this is a perfect way to do so. I'm going to show you what's in the box here. It comes really nicely packaged, I gotta say. So the system is a little bit smaller than the original system. And just kind of looking at it here, it's got all the right stuff. We'll look at it though in just a second. You get an instruction manual or quick reference guide. Let's see, what's under here. There's something in here. Oh yeah. Then you've got the 10 games in one pack. Is there anything else in here? Yeah, there are cables in here. So you have a USB to USB-C, and that's how I believe you'll connect it to power. And then you have an HDMI cable, which is how you'll connect it to your TV. Toss that off to the side. The only thing that's missing looks like the controller is right here. So yeah, here's a classic looking controller. We'll get all this stuff out and knock this thing out of the park, get it out of here. So let's look at the system for a minute. So it's kind of cool. It has all the same buttons and things. You've got the power on and off. You can choose color and black and white, and yes, that does actually work. You've got over here the game select mode, game reset. They feel the same. It feels just like, it's nice and it feels good. You put the cartridge right there. We'll flip this around. You can see what's on the back. So over here you've got, my light's kind of blurring it. You can choose your resolution, so widescreen versus more standard square of the past. Controller ports are right here. Then you've got difficulty A and B. You can flip that back and forth. The HDMI out, so you can plug it into the TV. Oh, this is actually the right controller difficulty and the left controller difficulty. And then this is where you put that USB-C for power. Now, one thing I'm noticing isn't here, and maybe I'm misremembering, but I was thinking there used to be like an option for like channel 2 or channel 3. Maybe it was channel 3, channel 4, something like that. So here is the game cartridge, and there are 10 games, and this is actually a kind of a clever system. So it's kind of cool just to kind of hold a game cartridge like this. It's brand new. So on the back, so okay, let me get close here a second. So there are 10 games: Adventure, Combat, Dodge 'em, Haunted House, Maze Craze, Missile Command, Volleyball, Surround, Video Pinball, and Yar's Revenge. And how you access the games are not through this game select button over here, but there's a configuration, a code configuration back here. And you flip this around, these little notches, you move them up and down based on which game you want to. It's kind of a clever system. Actually, I really like it. But along with that, if you've got still old school 2600 games, or even I've heard 7800, I haven't tried that out, but 2600 games, most of them will actually plug into here and play. Most of mine still worked, and I'll throw some screenshots up so you can see that, yeah, they were working really pretty good. It's pretty basic. You just plug in the power, and then you plug in the HDMI, you plug it straight in. And if you try to turn this on without a cartridge, of course, it's not going to work. You got to make sure the cartridge is in the system first. Then you can flip the power and power that on, and then you're up and ready to go. The controller is a pretty basic joystick with a single button. It does kind of feel tighter, but it could just be because, well, this is a brand new, newly produced controller compared to the years and years of old rugged Atari controllers. But you see there's a top specifically, so up and down, left and right. But yeah, it does kind of feel tight. I know that mine got so worn out that this cover would pop off sometimes, and that's kind of annoying. But yeah, it actually feels pretty good. I like the feel of this, and I've played it a little bit on and off. But yeah, this is a really neat, and if you're into the old school games, or if you just are dying to get back to the Atari 2600 games, I really recommend this. This is a great little system. And you know what? It's better than some of those other systems that you got, the smaller systems like Nintendo and Genesis and so forth, that had the games pre-installed, because, I mean, you couldn't really play anything beyond what was there. In this case, you can plug any cartridge in, well, most any cartridge, and you can play your game. So that would have been really cool to have other systems to where you could actually plug the cartridges in as well. So anyway, I give this pretty high marks and rankings. Look at that even. Oh yeah, when you turn this on, this lights up. This is a little LED light inside. So yeah, when you turn that on, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I highly recommend the Atari 2600 Plus.